figured as a follow-up video to me posting a build guide about this build I'm using, leveling as monk. Figured I would post some gameplay and some current content, Act 3 here, for example, and just showing going through the zone and eventually beating the boss that is at the end here. You also get to see just how much wandering around there is when you don't know where you're going. But the build's not too involved or anything really. It's really just ice strike into a pack of mobs, freeze them in a couple hits, and blow them up. Herald of Ice blows them up and can usually either chunk or kill the rest of the pack when pops off. If you ever get into a situation where there's like magic mobs or rare mobs or something, where there's like a big pack, you just slam down your bell and start wailing on it. And that'll usually take care of everything in a few hits, really. You can see here I'm doing just that. Beating it up. It's not too bad in these really narrow corridors like this zone is in, because you just hit what's in front of you and then the waves go behind them, usually do a little bit of damage to the other ones. Only issue is getting stuck because everything's frozen around you. So it can be a little scary in that regard. Here we see a rare along with a pack of magic monsters, but even then I don't feel scared at all or anything. It's just a matter of exploding them with my my bell. In fact, I killed that rare so fast that I had a double take right there because I wasn't even sure that I had like finished killing it because it just disappeared. Because best thing about freezing and Herald of Ice and stuff is everything turns into little icy chunks. Very satisfying. Yep, as you can see, I just get power charges from freezing stuff thanks to whatever that reservation gem is. I think I showed at the end of the video there. It's like combat readiness or something. Whenever you freeze stuff, you get frenzy charges. And on the tree, we picked up resonance, so that instead of frenzies, we get power charges, which we can use with our full charge staff move. That's the one where we get like lightning on our staff and shoot out lightning waves. Nice little chunk of extra flat added damage. We're just going through here, eating up stuff. Nothing's really a challenge. I mean, you freeze it all, so you're not really in much danger except for ranged stuff. You do so much damage that you just blow them up real quick. Just wandering around these areas look very cool. The graphics and stuff in the game look amazing. Even this swampy area doesn't look too bad. That's a good thing I leveled up right there. It's a little dangerous. Getting shocked from the lightning mirages and getting low HP. But even then, it's not scary. Nice exalted orb. Yep. Turn around. Doesn't take much. Honestly, it takes more effort to walk around everywhere than it does to kill anything, to be honest. Even the boss didn't take much at all. Not 100% sure the best way to really shore up my defenses here. It's mostly just like getting hit by stuff. I assume just physical damage from monsters hitting me. If I really tried, I could probably focus on getting some like evasion base armors and just scale my evasion up that way, because you can get pretty decently high evasion, I think. I've also heard that armor is quite good in this game. It's similar to the first game where armor is good for like smaller hits. So from all these just white mobs that gang up on you and beat you up, a lot of little small hits that you could take that armor would really fix up nicely. Friendly armor just straight up physical damage, but it's hits as well as spells. So if there's any physical spells, you'll mitigate that as well, which is nice. Nothing more satisfying than just blowing up stuff and just leaving ice everywhere. It looks so cool. Pack of rares. Sometimes I like throwing down Frost Bomb to lower their resistances to give them exposure or something. Pretty sure this little part here just ends up giving us a buff that gives us like fire resistance and rarity on drops. It really is so satisfying to just drop the bell and just explode everything with it. So cool. It's easily the best skill in the game. So satisfying to just go clang. Nice FPS killing fire in this area as well, as you can assuredly see. I even moused over the buff when I finally noticed it. Only issue definitely is if you end up surrounded and they just like hit you one after the other, you can end up stunned repeatedly, which is a nuisance. Not 100% sure. You can roll out of stuns or anything like that, but if you're surrounded, it's not like you're gonna be rolling out away from them anyway. So best thing to do is just blow them all up with ice. Here I am, just wandering around, wondering where in the world is the boss. Normally it's on the edges of the map. Usually that's why I end up going around the edge, but this one seems to be in like the center of it, which I think we're coming up on it now. Yep. Definitely don't blink once the damage starts coming in, because boss disappears fast sometimes. Here I am wondering what in the world is going on with this boss. I think eventually it stops moving on its own, but I think you can hit it and knock it off its little, like, speeder bike, which, who knew bog witches were part of Star Wars. Me taking some unnecessary damage there, but as you can see, damage just racks up, and the boss gets frozen, like, instantly. Avoiding those this time. The bell really is, like, the biggest source of damage. Like, just look at that chunking. It's crazy. Another speed around, but this time I actually am like, oh, let me hit the boss. There she goes, knocked over. I think this might finish it off. Yep, doesn't even get to do whatever that second phase was. That's the end of that. Barrier quarterstaff will be nice if it's any good. But when I identify it after I'm done recording it, it wasn't very good, unfortunately. Otherwise, that would have been nice. Having to make room for all this stuff. And I think I put a point in. I'm heading down towards the Herald buff. I think I show off where I like started going through the tree, and I end up going up there to Echoing Frost first, heading down here for the cold penetration, grabbing the damage or ailment resonance after that, and now I'm heading down here, grab that jewel socket, and grab Common Calamity, 50% cold damage while we have Herald of Ice, which is nice. Quarterstaff nodes up here for like attack speed and crit, I think. I think crit's the way to go, especially if you're an Invoker Monk like we are. Yep, attack crit here will be good to pick up. I'm sure there's some other crit nearby. And I think I throw off the staff I got way back in Act 2 that's still carrying me through. 3 to melee skills, stuff like that. Showing off my Ice Strike, Cold Infusion, and Martial Tempo I had first. And once I got a Jeweler's, I put Primal Armament. Once I got, I think it's a level 9 support. I also show off my Tempest spell. Rage is nice. You get some rage just by hitting it. Font of mana, it works. Gives you some mana regen, I guess. And if Cheula is nice because you just one hit and then you put both the curse and the mark on it, which is very satisfying. Charge staff, resistance for more duration, and perpetual charge just to occasionally not use charges. Doesn't happen often, but often enough that it's useful. And I think that is it. Yep, start the video. Well, that's just some gameplay there of the build. I mean, it's pretty smooth, and I've heard that boss has bothered some people, but we just beat it in like 30 seconds flat. So I'd say it works out pretty well. I'm hoping that it carries me all the way to maps and beyond, and more shattering action. I loved Herald of Ice and Path of Exile 1, and when they nerfed the visual effects on it, I was so sad. No more like loud, visually cluttering, shattering. So sad. Well, till next time.